modem, of course, and then the other one is in the bedroom, and I just have to unplug it from the bedroom and bring it down here for the couple weeks that we go without the third one. It's pretty dope that they just freaking straight up paid me for it. I was like, wow, I was not expecting that.
I mean, now just get your car insurance from them.
I wish all insurance worked that way, right?
Be nice.
Still want to see if we get that go live notification because I've not gotten it the past couple times. Brent, did you add to my news? Did you add to my news?
Huh? I heard nudes also, Brent. You're not the only one.
No, I didn't add to your nudes.
Same
I
nudes?
just got the go live.
No, I got Soul Calibur 6s on sale. There it is. Forgot Monday night is always Xbox night, so we just get rained on. Did you add to my nude?
I heard nudes also, Brent. You're not the only one.
No, I didn't add to your nudes.
Same
I
nudes?
just got the go live.
No, I got Soul Calibur 6s on sale. There it is. Okay. That was just me saying nudes.
That damn photo you sent me earlier. I never get that lucky with the Walmart clearance.
No one does.
Jeremy's here for the nudes.
Freaking PS5 Demon Souls for $5.
Crazy, right? Buish is here for nudes? What about Miss? We have a new follower named Mrs. Buish. I'm assuming no relation.
So is that what's happening?
It got us. It got us to 47, so that's why we have Mrs. Buish. We're close.
There we go.
3 more. Let's go. Twitch money. Want the big money.
Baby Buish.
Wait, it blurred out. How come I can see it on this chat? It doesn't blur out send dudes. Okay. In the public chat, it just put asterisks up for Bush's nudes. I can see it on the chat.
Yeah,
you can't say nudes. You can't ask for nudes on. Oh man.
I mean, sacrifices gotta be made.
Of course,
man. Gotta keep it together.
What kind of platform is this?
Certain streamers, you can't harass female streamers.
There are none of those here, sir.
Stuff, so. But hey, maybe, yeah, you can't harass anybody asking for soliciting pictures.
Yeah, Richard, you can't do that anymore. That's against the rules.
And Tyler's girl says depends on individual settings. So now we can
go through the settings, buddy.
We can change settings. Can I stream that? Can I stream about settings changes live, and then we find the dude nudes?
Allow explicit content.
Jeremy says can't take the censorship. He needs an uncensored show. That's the Patreon tier.
$500 a month, Jeremy. I'll get you there.
I see nudes. I don't, which is crazy.
Show me nudes. Is it on the board?
Oh, we're gonna get banned. I'm gonna put it up here. I'm gonna put the cease and desist.
We gotta change platforms for video streaming.
Did OnlyFans ever do their video hosting thing they talked about? Like, we joked about it, but no.
I don't know, man. I don't follow that
Can't
world.
say.
I mean, there was another one that was like less censorship and stuff, right? Isn't that where Amaranth took her audience to?
All I know is Discord had great video quality. It's the only one I know.
Oh, it was incredible. We sounded awesome, too.
Mm-hmm.
May fuck around one day and see if we can get that NDI stuff synced up right with Family Feud nudes. Boosh just named our episode. If we were live, Boosh had the episode title.
Good answer. Good answer.
Well, you survey 100 people, and what, 5 of them said that?
I mean, nudes would be in there, right? That would be one of the... Yep. They always got a naughty one so that Steve can like react crazily to whatever.
I'll stare at the camera for like 45 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to have a reaction. Do we have everything? Psych Bike, Star Wars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's only 5.
I guess I should pull that up.
Is this news heavy or did we play 1,000 fucking things? Like Family Feud nudes?
I play shoot.
It's news heavy. Nudes heavy.
Survey says. All right, so you know our 24-hour stream nonsense we come up with. Are there 24 separate Family Feud video game SKUs that we could stream? Could you do 24 hours of 24 different Family Feud
As long as we
games?
can do the Super Nintendo one, is we have to sit there and type in each word.
Just like Jeopardy. How many Family Feud games are there? And can
There's
we
a time
stream?
limit on those, right? There's a time limit.
Yeah, but I think it's way more than the 10 seconds or whatever the Steve Harvey one is, right? It
I mean,
has
you
to
can
be.
change it. Can you change it to 10 seconds?
Is that a mouse-enabled game? Can you use the Mario Paint mouse on Family Feud Super Nintendo to click the...
That actually would help.
That would help immensely.
Thinking about
I mean,
it. Yeah, thinking about it.
I'm looking at the Ubisoft one for PS4, Switch,
Brant's buying this shit.
Xbox.
Do I have it for 360 back here?
Let's see.
It's so random because we'll talk about a game title and I'm like, that has to be A through G because that's apparently what I moved in here.
No,
Okay.
Brand, we're only interested in Family Feud games in the 8-bit and 16-bit era.
I'm looking. I'm trying to see.
We're gonna have to branch out to get 24 Family Feud games.
I see Family Feud on the Wii.
Boo, Brand.
Family Feud with it's got Louis Anderson on the
Oh
front
no.
I just typed in
for
NES.
PlayStation 1.
There's an NES game. I just typed in NES. I did it.
There's Family Feud for NES.
Yes, it looks horrible. We gotta play it.
Tyler's girl says, "Is that like strip poker? Each wrong answer lose a piece of clothing."
Oh, they got it on
PS2?
Super Nintendo also.
Can we do that for 24 hours? We're gonna run out of clothing. Or is
Man,
that
there's a couple different ones for Wii. I think we have a huge
potential strip poker Family
yeah.
Feud?
oh my gosh, Family Feud video game cartridge for Super Nintendo, $6 on eBay. Look at that.
They have it on Amazon.
cheap
still.
too, man.
I'm looking at the Amazon one.
Brant, how did you go straight from like?
Someone's bad.
How do you go straight from Wii to Super Nintendo?
I'm just looking at all these pictures.
Is there an Atari one?
Oh god.
Is it that old?
Think about.
No.
I'm asking. I mean, there's an NES one with like the world's oldest graphics. So I mean, what do you want?
8-bit Family Feud. Rank the Family Feud games.
Oh shit! There is an Atari game.
What?
Holy shit.
Are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
How much is it?
No. 2600, man.
We're live, but we should at least be recording. Is it 2600 title? It's not. It's not
Yeah.
from the 7800 or anything.
No, 2600, man.
Holy shit!
All right.
I have a wood grain TV. We could play that on. It would be we could make that period appropriate. Who was the
Oh,
host
my
then?
Lord.
That was like the kisser, right? That was the mouth kisser guy.
Yeah, he's on the NES. And the Super
He's on the
Nintendo.
NES
Yeah.
one.
Maker Router. Yeah.
Oh, Tyler's girl says gamers gone wild. Oh god. We have to go to that other platform though. I don't think Twitch would host this strip poker Family Feud.
Oh god, Richard, they have it on the Apple II and Commodore 64.
Yeah, I have them both back here.
Yes.
They're shared data publishers. Let's fucking go.
Who published those?
Shared data.
Shared data.
great.
I bet.
Yeah.
In all those sleeves of games that I have, cassettes, I bet there's a Family Feud one in there.
The great news is the Genesis and 3DO one's done by Eurocom.
That won't be bad.
Yeah.
There's a 3DO one.
good.
You know that has like some slow ass video that it has to load in. You hear?
All I know is during your turn, I'm gonna unplug your controller from
your
the top
controller.
of my controller, and I'm gonna screw you over so
Who's
bad.
getting screwed over if we're playing Strip Family Feud on the 3DO?
Oh, here we go. Here, Richard, right here.
Oh,
No,
no.
it's even Wikipedia. In its version
Uh-oh.
of Family Feud, the game tried to recreate the look and feel from the original Richard Dawson host of the
Richard
series, even
Dawson.
going as far to include a Dawson-like host who kissed the female characters in the game.
They do it on the NES game. He kisses the contestants.
I'm reading word for word on Wikipedia. I don't know what to tell
Is there any chance I have it on Nintendo or Super Nintendo? Do I go look?
you. Yeah.
Do I go look in real time? Is this
You're right. Fucking
is this the
there.
content
Yeah.
that people crave?
Literally 5 minutes. Just bring it with you. When you find it, bring
Let
it
me go look. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, no, bring it with
We're
you.
not even recording yet. What are we doing here?
Just bring it with you. Hit record.
I think we're behind on this. I'm already looking. There's a Family Feud games, and it's Giant Bomb already.
It would be
right
a fucking
here.
Giant Bomb thing. Giant Bomb's dead now, so. What did they do? I bet that was a Dan Reichert thing. What does it say on
I
there?
don't know. I'm clicking on it.
Dan and Drew and Vinny go through all the Family Feud titles. All right, let me go look. Talk amongst yourselves. I want to know if you find out a definitive answer.
Definitive answer for what?
For Family Feud for the game tech. Let's see. Family Feud. Yep, there's the Apple II one. Oh, there's one from Coleco. Coleco Software, 1985. Family Feud.
Man. NES 1 and Super Nintendo 1's where it's at, because those are going to be the most painful ones to play. As you get on with the newer generations ones, those are probably going to be too easy to play. Sega Genesis. I don't know, man. It's almost as bad as Jeopardy. I'm here with Jeopardy, too. One of these has to be older. Games. Jeopardy. Video. Game. Misspelled video.
Let me eBay it. See if somebody's just got a lot of Family Feud.
A whole
games.
lot of it? Shit.
Yeah, a whole lot. Every
yeah,
Family Feud
a lot
game.
of it. Let's see. We're going to bet against each other on a few games. Just going to raise up the price. Get the seller to be super excited about it. He's like, ooh. We got a Wii only with no disc. I mean, disc only. DS1. Look, man, yeah, 2010 edition. They all named them by.
Yeah, I saw that.
Louis Anderson. I see that one. Decades edition.
Yep.
Look, I'm just gonna type in NES. This is the ones that matter.
Family Feud, Super Nintendo.
$8. $8.
Yep, $8. Genesis,
Brant,
13
Brant,
plus 6.
Super Nintendo one, new in box, sealed, $35. How would you like
That's
to keep
not
one
bad.
sealed, or would you want with a partial Blockbuster sticker for $8.49?
I'm looking at the video game complete with box tested working for $15 or best offer plus $8.15 for shipping.
Throw out $10. See what happens.
Oh, Game Boy Advanced. I wonder if that's got some link functionality.
There's a bundle here with Family Feud, NES, and then there's one that says Anticipation, the Nintendo's very first video board game.
$9.99 for the the $8.50 free shipping for the Family Feud with Louis Anderson on it for PlayStation.
All right, Jeremy wants us to start this without Richard insert dominance. All right, Brink, go.
Oh, $18 for a collection of it's Family Feud 2010, Wheel of Fortune, and The Price is Right, all for the Wii.
No more. The bid's gone on for too long. Damn, I figured he'd be gone. What the fuck's he going in the fucking museum?
I don't know. He must have fell in the bathroom or something. Somebody go check on him.
You should go over there and check on him.
You're closer.
It's not wrong.
Take me a damn hour to get over there.
Yeah, but it's on the way to your job, so.
I'll check in the morning then.
All right. We got like 2 minutes and we start without him. Oh, we can't hit record, man. I told him to hit record and we walked away.
Oh yeah, he didn't even start recording.
No, you know what? I can't
right.
record. What the fuck am I talking about? All right, he's got 2 minutes and then I'm hitting record.
Record.
What's that at?
The fuck?
Are you getting the lighting now?
No, something just fell out in the living room. I don't know what the hell that
What the hell is
was.
he doing? What? There he is.
There he is.
We were told to start without you. You were
Way
taking
to
forever.
Go.
Guess what?
You have none of them.
Did we lose everybody?
What?
They were waiting on your ass. Where I was about to get started without you. I did record.
The closest I have is a box copy of Wheel of Fortune for Nintendo.
That's the one that only matters.
I don't have a single digital copy of Family
Only
Feud
one that
on any
matters.
platform. I also did not know I had Karateka, the Jordan Mechner title that's getting the, what do they call it? The Gold Master? The Digital Eclipse
Is that why it
treatment?
took you so long? It took you so long because you were looking for things that did not matter.
No, I was actually, Jeremy and I,
Show me things that
Jeremy
don't
and I had
matter.
a long tangent earlier in this week on Scrapyard Dog for 7,800. You ever heard of Scrapyard Dog? Okay, there's nothing. The Wikipedia has nothing on it. So my proposition to Jeremy was like, we stream Scrapyard Dog on here, and then we live edit the Wikipedia and fill out. It has nothing for plot. It has nothing for
What the
music.
hell the
It has
game's
nothing for
about.
gameplay. It has nothing on there. The Wikipedia for Scrapyard Dog. The 7,800 one is quite expensive. No loose copies on eBay last time I looked, but they did port it to Lynx, so there's some Lynx copies on there, but I don't have a Lynx. Cesar, do you have a Lynx? The boxing
No.
simulator.
Thinking about it.
I found this box collection of 7,800 games. It was like $300, $400. And the brief synopsis of Scrapyard Dog said something about boxing, and it was like, no, that's not. I don't think that's what you do in this game. It's not.
How do we get here? What are we doing with Scrapyard Dogs?
Look it up, Scrapyard Dog.
No, absolutely not. Hit the record button.
Oh, we got to get going.
We're 30 minutes behind.
There's 5 people here. You didn't run anybody off. Yeah, the lightning's coming in an hour.
I was told to start the recording without your ass. I was told.
You were told to assert dominance.
Yes. And Tyler's girl went in and she's like, yes, this.
Is that supposed to say fuck that part? What does that say? I don't see it.
No, it says that part. She agrees with it.
Oh, okay. It's an arrow. I thought it was an asterisk, like the nudes. The send nudes. I got news.
Update your settings, man. Update your settings.
It's Restream. I think it's Restream's filters that are going through there. Cesar's a fellow Scorpio. Could you assert dominance?
I was about to hit the record. I was going to give you like a couple minutes.
You were gonna go for it. I have no
Yeah,
copies of
man.
Family Feud. I could have sworn I had the
You gotta
Wii
let
one.
this go, man. You have to let this
I could have sworn I had the Wii one. We're not.
This is why it took so long. We were looking specifically just for NES and Super Nintendo one.
I did. I looked for both. That's when I found Wheel of Fortune. But I was right there at the 7,800. And I was like, maybe it's in the 2,600 stuff. No Family Feud games. All right, you guys ready? Cesar,
Yes.
do you want to record? Did we decide that even if mine drops, that it keeps going?
It always, yeah. When you drops it, always. Once you hit record, it's all good until we officially end. the
For
call.
everyone, and anyone can
Yes.
end the recording, right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's go.
Yes.
This has been established
All right, let's just making
in
sure.
the past. Yes.
With recent lightning issues.
Yeah, since I'm nowhere located near you, and I'm not having said lighting issues, which I am, but
Yeah, but your power's like dicey all the time.
dude, it farts in my house. I lose power, man.
Hardwire.
Power's always been hardwire. Yeah. When did I get wireless power?
No, the joke the Spectrum Tech used was that I had Bluetooth grounding for my ground wire. He's like, this is Bluetooth grounding. It's like,
What
okay.
does that even mean?
It means it was not properly grounded. It was trying to be wireless. Brent, did you update the? No, because you didn't do the news.
Yes, I did.
270,
Oh,
Brent, you
no.
did it. He finally caved.
Good job.
Yeah, that's what
Good
happens
job,
when
Brandon, on doing a thing that you haven't done from the beginning.
That you've been accused of ever since you started.
Yeah. Well done, sir.
finally did it. You can finally accuse me.
Cast out. Press X
Chuck
to
Hughes.
cast out for Brant. There's a bunch of reindeer. I wish that would show up on the stream. What do we have to do to get the emote unlocked?
Does not though.
That's a weird chicken thing you got going on there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 270 of the NOFODcast. We are No Outside Food or Drink, the Southeast premier video game podcast. Tonight, small bit of news. New hardware coming from Atari, question mark. Gamescom key lease. That was at a decent hour, wasn't it? It wasn't at some random. It was in like at the afternoon.
Like in the middle of the fucking day.
Yeah, I was-
I'm like running on a treadmill. I was like, I don't have time for that.
No G off. I'm not doing your 3 p.m. nonsense.
Yeah, with no special surprises, get the fuck out of here with a reasonable hour.
Yeah, that might be a short news bit. There's a new PSP! Exclamation point. More remasters from Night Dive, And we have a new title to Nintendo Switch Online Plus. Not the regular tier, the Plus tier. The Friends of Cesar tier. Many amongst us falling under that banner. I'm one of your hosts.
That umbrella.
Under that umbrella company. Yeah. I'm one of your hosts, Richard Bergman, joined tonight by former newsmaster Brant McKee. Newsmaster and episode counter.
I'll give it up.
How the money.
Newsmaster adjacent.
How the money have fallen. Look at that.
Newsmaster adjacent. That's bad. What is that? Co-contributor. Promoted.
Yeah. Special.
Promoted.
Promote me to listener. Damn it.
Special guest star.
Promote me to listener.
The best place to be. Also there in the background, our resident page master and lore master, Cesar Concepcion II.
I'm here.
Welcome, sir.
Very tired. Very, very tired.
The amount of Cesars are the same amount of dead spaces as represented by your attire.
That works. As long as we don't count Dead Space 3, apparently. Because everybody hates
it. Was really that bad. It was really, truly that bad.
I think I put 2 hours into it and I gave up, but I can't. I think Renee probably put more time to it than I did.
I mean, I know there's so much bad press and everything. That was when EA was doing their crazy online pass stuff. Which I feel like didn't even last that long because retailers started like giving you the pass on the receipt and stuff.
It was like Army of Two meets Dead Space. That's what it was. It's like, oh, we're gonna make this Army of Two bones and put it in your Dead Space and take away the horror.
And the co-op wasn't good. So they didn't do what Resident Evil was able to do. In other words,
I don't know, man. Resident Evil 6 was pretty bad.
Dog shit.
That's the okay. So that's the Dead Space.
Resident Evil 5 was like.
That's the Dead Space of Resident Evils.
Dead Space 3 is Resident Evil 6 adjacent. Yes. Yeah.
Damn.
It's divisible 2 as well.
Yeah.
At least it didn't have the weird like giraffe cover art thing that someone said to me and I can't unsee.
I forget about it every so often until you bring it back up, and then I just forget again because it's not.
It's what it.
I can't unsee it. I don't know who decided that was good, and it made it past a bunch of test audiences.
They bought in Toys R Us.
Like that giraffe is doing something to somebody. I don't know if this is appropriate.
What do you?
Yeah, this is for
it's like a 6.
This is for our streaming.
It's like a 6.
It's a 6. 6 is good. I like 6.
Yeah. The one time Richard.
So does this giraffe.
The one time Richard wishes they put a fucking Roman numeral on there like they did Final
Look
Fantasy.
at that. That's horrible. That's horrible. Jeez.
I still see a 6. Yeah.
Brant, turn it around, you coward. Give us your PSN codes. Turn it around, you coward. Let me try to redeem them. We're all in PS3 modes. We're going to be hooking up PS3s. I'm going to finally take down the 3D monitor back there and start. I'm going to have the ultimate PlayStation set up. Circa 2011. When was it we went to that Vita Hill Social Club? That's what it was, right? Vita Hill Social Club?
I saw the email somewhere.
Brant would have fucking loved that. That would have been dope. That would have been a NOFODcast trip.
I was already on board.
You already what?
I was already on board with
I was also on board. Yeah.
I mean, I was halfway there, but like going to that, basically a big hype machine was like, okay, this has to be done. In the days when one could purchase video games from a Target location in Morrow, which is no longer there, which I was.
Yeah, when you go in there, you just got to buy a big shrimp.
Giant shrimp. It's the big shrimp Target.
I'm just walking in there like, but wasn't there a Target in here? Where's electronics?
Yeah, I used to buy a lot of PS3 games here, sir. We just had big shrimp.
Yeah, well, you're in the seafood section, sir.
I hear great seafood. I hear great produce. That is the
5 Spice.
Yeah.
Produce.
Rice. Large quantities of rice in this facility.
It's apparently a mean kitchen. Like a go in there and
one
get
of our
some good
mutual friends used to eat lunch there quite often with friend of the show Russell. All right, let's get into some news, shall we? I threw this one in there. This is the main reason I did the news. I was insistent we bring this up and at least kick it around. This comes from Wes Davis at TheVerge.com. A new Atari 2600 will play your old cartridges. The Atari 2600 Plus is a shrunken version of the 2600 that works with both 2600 and 7800 cartridges, and it's coming in November. Scorpio season. Atari has announced it's relaunching its most well-known console as the Atari 2600 Plus on November 17th. That day is, she'll live in infamy. It's like, what, PS3 launch day? PS4 launch day? Something like that.
One of those.
For $129.99 with pre-orders open now. It's a fully functioning 80% scale HDMI outputting version of the console that comes with a 10-in-1 game cartridge. I thought it was a 4-in-1, so I'm actually kind of excited by that. Atari says it even supports both 2600 and later 7800 game cartridges and will work with the original joystick and paddle controllers. All of these, which I still have sitting around for some ungodly reason. Aside from being a little smaller and gaining HDMI and USB-C ports, the 2600 Plus is mostly unchanged. The front bears a strip of wood paneling with a light-up Atari logo. The original didn't light up, though. It was just a sticker. While 4 toggle switches flank its cartridge slot, Atari says the cartridge socket is a little bigger to help with sticking cartridges. On the back, by the HDMI and USB-C outputs, you'll find 2 serial ports like those used on the original system. Here's a video with a nice close-up. Here we go. Here's the guts. The Atari 2600 Plus is powered by a Rock Chip 3128 system on a chip, a low-power quad-core chip. It's been around for more than a few years, but The Verge notes that should prove more than enough to run old Atari games, so you could relive the endless frustration of Pitfall. I never played much Pitfall past the first, couple areas. Naturally, it also supports the Mr. Run and Jump cartridge Atari released for the 2600 earlier this year, so I guess that makes sense. I know we talked about a new Atari game coming out earlier this year. Now they have the platform for it. They'll also be selling what they call the CX40 Plus joystick and the CX30 Plus replica paddle controller. I personally love the paddle controllers. So this isn't a mini console. This doesn't have anything built into it. You have to have the old cartridges to plug into this, or the new stuff they're going to have. And it comes with a 10-in-1. Again, I thought it was a 4-in-1, but... And it's not like... What is that list? It's not in this Verge article, is it?
If you can zoom in on that box, you'll see it.
Oh, yeah.
No.
I tried to. I think it's in this video somewhere.
Enhance. Doesn't show shit. Looks like a weird football.
Combat, Dodge 'em, Haunted House, Maze Craze, Missile Command, Real Sports Volleyball, Surround, Video Pinball, Yar's Revenge. But it's compatible with I think it was 95% of the library. Some of the quick ones they threw out there it would not play. But there weren't any. When I looked over the list real fast, it wasn't anything that jumped out at me like, oh, we got to have that. Breakout supported. Yar's Revenge, obviously. River Raid, I think, is the one I pointed out with you guys. What do y'all think about
E.T.?
What's that?
E.T.? E.T.?
E.T., I think, is supported. I'm surprised this Verge article doesn't have a list of what's compatible or not.
You gotta jump in your wood panel station wagon and go buy your console. When
I have a wood panel TV in here. I don't know. So that's what I wanted to kick around and talk about. If Nintendo or Sega did one of these type things that played original cartridges and stuff, it would be crazy news. Is it because Atari's just older, or because Atari has done so much wacky shit in the past 30 years? I feel like I have to support this almost just because it's actual new hardware from Atari. I have some cartridges. I have paddle controllers. I have stuff that could use this.
You were a responsible stockholder, so you have to repay that.
I am also, aren't I? I have Infogram's stock from many, many years ago. What's that worth these days?
What's an Infogrames?
What Atari turned into. If Jack Tramiel split them off and they turned the Jaguar mold into dental mold thing.
Ooh.
You hadn't seen that story?
No.
They sold the Jaguar, that plastic shell. It's some sort of dental accessory thing. And you would see a Jaguar in dental offices. I can't remember exactly what it did.
Oh my
I think it was some
gosh.
sort of shielding. Yeah, look that up. It's wacky. Then that company bought it that
crazy.
tried to make the Coleco Chameleon 7 or 8 years ago. That was a bust. That had a Super Nintendo under the shell. I don't know. What do you guys think? I want to see. I think personally, just from a preservation standpoint, I want to see what that system on a chip does. If it's really, it's not like they note, it's not hard to emulate the Atari 2600 or the 7800, which actually ran very good versions of Miss Pac-Man and Karateka and some of these other Food Fight. I guess Scrapyard Dog, which I now have to procure somehow and stream Scrapyard Dog. This would make it easier because what I was telling Jeremy, I was like that 2600 actually. I've got 2600s, but the 7800 I believe has AV out, which at least can go into a VCR and then into the capture card and that
Yeah.
sort of thing. Versus, well, no, AV out could go straight to the capture card, but. Anyways, it would be a bizarre chain link to put together to try to get capture off an Atari 2600. So here's HDMI output enabled. I'm interested to see what the reception of this is going to be. I don't know if I want to pre-order. I think it's going to be readily available. I don't think it's going to be this FOMO item. And
I don't know, especially after their last piece of hardware was that weird Android machine.
the VCS something, they still...
Yeah, the VCS. Yeah.
But any of those are better than like the speaker hat, right? the Bluetooth speaker hat. It's
gosh,
Atari.
yeah.
We'll wear the Atari logo on our heads and have the speaker hat. So that's where I went to get his speaker hat to play the rest of the show. Brent, did you get one of those VCS things when GameStop clearanced them?
No, I did
Cesar,
not.
did you grab one of those?
Yes.
I think it's like a competent... People hack them and stuff. I think it's a competent machine.
Mm-hmm. I got 32 gigs of RAM in that.
Yeah.
I think it's like a beast.
Yeah. And I know Digital Eclipse, when they came out with the Atari 50, that got a port to the VCS, which, naturally makes sense. But it's not a slouch. It's not difficult to get that up and going, but it's still not it's a current game. All right, that's the Atari 2600 Plus. I think I want to support it so bad, but I think it might be price drop territory. I hate to be that way. Am I voting with my wallet if I wait for a price drop? Am I saying I don't want new hardware like this?
Oh man,
Maybe see what some people
I'm
say.
not buying it.
I don't love Atari like this. Honestly, I love River Raid. You'll know I could fire up some River Raid anytime. And that 7800
Hey,
Miss
man.
Pac-Man's good.
The thing's gonna get remade once MS completes that purchase.
That too?
Just give it
Activision
time.
River Raid? God, I would take a new River Raid. All right, enough dwelling on the 2600. What do we got next? Oh, the Gamescom.
Opening night live. Yep.
I didn't see 1 minute of this, so
Neither did I.
let's keep it that way.
They start off with a
All right, moving on.
Starfield commercial. Then there was a movie. It was that Zack Snyder. They had Zack Snyder out there.
Oh, before that, they did have the people jump up on stage and yell, "We want Grand Theft Auto 6."
Yes,
So,
there was another Bill Clinton-esque
my
co-presenter.
esteemed rabbi,
Yeah.
Bill Clinton.
How does this keep happening at Keeley's shows? Is it something
I don't
that
know.
do you think he planted that person? Like, we need you to jump up here and act a fool, shout something. We said buy at Coward the 2600.
Yeah, bye. Richard, spend your money on that.
I said with our Patreon funds. As they come
Oh,
rolling
but yeah,
in.
you're talking about Zack Snyder coming out and talking about Rebel Moon.
It looked good. It's a Netflix movie.
It used to be a Star Wars movie, and then they took it away and made with that into whatever that is now.
It had that vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Tekken 8 stuff, Sonic Superstars, October. I definitely want to do a stream of that with all of us. I think that'll be hijinks. Alan Wake 2 stuff. Little Nightmares. They showed some new Little Nightmares 3. I guess they announced that there. That shit looked crazy. Anything else of note?
No, there's a list of all the rest of the stuff that was shown at the
Long ass
stuff
Call
like-
of Duty mission.
Yeah,
They showed a
Call of
Modern Warfare
Duty,
3 mission that was forever. Assassin's
Age
Creed looked
Empires
good.
4, Assassin's Creed looked amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ice-T has a special Payday 3 heist thing that was kind of interesting. Trying to see if there was anything else.
Sonic Frontiers. They showed off some of that DLC.
I don't know. After like 30 years, we got a Grand Blue Fantasy actual release date.
I saw that stuff dropping today. What is that exactly? Is that a MMO of some kind, or
It's like a RPG that's designed like an MMO,
okay,
but it's not an MMO. So
like a PSO, but a little less
it's
grindy?
based off
or-
like the gacha card game, which they turn into an anime and then they turn into a fighting game. It's just one of those popular things that a lot of people just get you that gotcha mechanic, try to get their favorite character.
It's idol collecting sort of deal.
It's more like fantasy, kind of like Final Fantasy. Except you have like islands in the sky and you have airships. It's that kind of thing.
Sounds good.
So,
Grand Blue. There's other Grand Blue stuff, isn't there?
yeah, there's a fighting game, the versus game, and then like I said, the card game, which is like a mobile phone app. So I never got into it. It's a big thing in Japan. People were hacking it and putting it on browsers so they can play it off the Apple Store from there, since it wasn't officially over here for a while.
Yeah.
So.
They had Troy Baker on there to discuss Fort Solace, which is available now. It was like I thought that was a segue from that Quantic Dream game, but that was something else. Anything else major?
No, I mean we finally got Honkai Star Rail, which is I guess the next Genshin Impact. That's the PS5 test is in August. And it's 5 days ago. New Genshin Impact content. Lords of the Fallen gets a new story-focused trailer. We got Frontiers with free Final Horizon update in September, right before the new Sonic game. Quantic Dream published indie Under the Waves. I didn't see that. Hopefully that looks cool.
That did look good. It had like a Journey type vibe with, but it was almost. No, Boosh just played Firewatch. It was like some radio contact with the diver.
No, but Boosh didn't just play Firewatch.
He destroyed Firewatch. He watched the fires.
He made it his bitch.
Were there? It's a walking simulator. He dominated that walking simulator. Boosh is gonna try to get Firewatch and Evo this year with his arcade stick. No, it looked good. That was a surprising one. Like, oh wow. Not like Abzu. I feel like I described Abzu also, but that it had a different vibe to it. Check out the trailer for that one. That one stood out to me. There were 2 VR updates. Bulletstorm VR got a new trailer. I think that's coming to PSVR 2 as well as the Quest stuff. And then the Seventh Guest VR, that remake launches October 19th. So if you're really craving a Sega CD remake in VR, here you go. It's the game everybody asked for. I feel like that's a limited run joint, isn't it? Or Digital Eclipse, or somebody has something to do with it.
Screaming Villains.
People don't just resurrect those titles out of nowhere.
I don't know, man. That was, I mean, it was a show, I guess.
There's a Warhammer game news. I feel like that's in every show.
When the fuck there's not a Warhammer game?
Just let us know when there's not some Warhammer thing
announced.
There's
so many fucking Warhammers now. I don't know which one you're talking about. I'm like, I don't know. So it's like the fucking Spec Ops of the PlayStation.
Yes, it is.
85 different versions of it. I don't know how to get started in the series because there's 95 of them. So.
Oh man, and when we first got our PlayStation, we bought like 3 of those because they were like $2 a piece. We're like, man, let's get as many games as we can. They're multiplayer. Let's get these Spec Op games. And then Russell and I were trying to play those and get murdered nonstop. I was like, these games suck. There's a reason they're $2 a piece.
Yeah.
These games are garbage.
Budget games. It was like the first shovelware games.
Oh yeah.
PlayStation days, right before the Wii days of shovelware.
Boosh said he watched it all burn on Firewatch. All right,
that isn't a requirement.
That was Gamescom. That wasn't a whole lot of stuff. Kind of updating.
I mean, hopefully we got TGS starting up and we get some good stuff.
When is TGS?
End of September.
Tokyo Game Show, of course. I feel like there's a big thing just about every month now, and the way they can do digital stuff. Oh, I didn't know Kyle Bossman was part of that opening night live showcase. Keelian influencer Jasmine New hosted the main event following a pre-show hosted by Kyle Bossman. He was on, .com, and then he helped start Easy Allies, and then he kind of dropped off of Easy Allies, which was strange, but hey, create something and then go create something else, I guess.
Yeah.
Starfield stuff looked good, of course. Next up, this comes from the PlayStation blog. What was this? Did they just have like a... Yeah, where did this come from? Like, there was no...
PlayStation blog.
Yeah,
that was it.
Yeah. And I figured you'd be more excited about we're getting Elite Pros back, man. Hell yeah.
I don't want to buy another headset. I'm sitting in... I'm swimming in PlayStation headsets.
I'm gonna buy...
Hell no.
I'm gonna put them next to all my Elite Pros from each generation.
I'm looking at them behind you.
Wait for it.
I'm looking at them behind you.
Here's the well, I guess we should talk about
Pulse.
everything
Elites.
everything individually, and
Pulse
then talk
fucking
about
elites.
why there's a fucking problem.
Why is there a new PSP? What is the new PSP?
Don't you say that.
There is a new
Those are dirty
PSP.
words.
PlayStation
not.
Portal.
It is. Yeah, it's a fucking PSP.
It shares the same first three letters, but it is nowhere near a PSP.
This is a PSP.
You don't tell me how to say my acronym, sir. You get the fuck
Brant,
out
we
of
had PlayStation Portable. Now we have PlayStation
Hmm.
Portal. They're the same thing. PSP.
So this is
Portal's
the
the
project. This is the project formerly known as Project Q.
Project Q.
This is the 8-inch LED screen with two halves of a DualSense put on each side of it.
Elegantly so, I might add.
It has a resolution of 1080p at 60 frames a second. Here's the thing. You could play all your well, it says supported PS5 games, so we don't know what that means. So there might be unsupported things.
Like iToy games?
I don't know.
specifically only the Sonic one, right?
It's
Like a tennis.
It's,
It was a tennis iToy, wasn't it?
It's iToy.
Sonic
I don't know.
Tennis.
It's on my It's on my TV. We can fire it up.
It's remote play over Wi-Fi. And you can play in your home or outside of your home as long as you've got a decent Wi-Fi connection.
It took me a while to figure that out. Like everything I would see or read,
everything I saw,
definitive.
it was saying your home internet. Home internet.
Yeah.
Connect to your router.
Somebody had to sit there and like fucking research it somewhere, read it, and like, oh, we could do it.
There was.
Wi-Fi.
They later posted a Q&A, and that was one of the questions.
Yeah.
So, this has a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack.
Yes.
Fuck
Analog headphones.
No Bluetooth audio.
Shouldn't be.
No
Fuck
Bluetooth
yeah.
supported.
Should be listened to
Yeah.
Bluetooth audio anyways.
Yeah, man. Why would you use these fucking new headsets that they're releasing with it? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
And it is $199.99 US. So
Hey,
$200.
We were all talking about price. We were talking about
yeah.
price.
I'm in at $199. I was funny because I was on Twitter and somebody's like, Sony did it. They're like, I thought they're gonna bullshit, put $299 and destroy this thing. Like $199 is actually not a bad price.
I don't think so either. For our libraries now, this is not a use case for everybody. Our libraries and my use case that I've described multiple times on this show. This excites me.
It does as well. I'm very excited about the
works.
haptic feedback.
Haptic feedback will be there. They've talked a lot about Brand. I think you were going to touch on it. The PlayStation Link technology. So that's either a marketing buzzword or it's a legit thing that's in there.
It's fucking proprietary bullshit.
Which is good. Make it run. I'm buying your thing.
Just like the Vita memory cards, baby. So they have the Pulse Elites and the Pulse Explorers.
I've got 2 or 3 also.
Yeah.
Pulse Elites are their brand new wired or wireless headsets.
Damn, Brant's still wounded about the Vita memory cards. I just realized that he's bringing that's a sore subject.
Offers lossless audio, includes retractable boom mic with AI enhanced noise rejection.
That headset looks nice.
What
was the price on the headset?
It does
was it
actually
$129?
look really good.
It's probably something ridiculous. Yeah.
No, let me scroll down.
Yeah.
Where the hold on, I'll finish up the Pulse Explorer or your earbuds.
You were excited about those when they announced them, Brant.
Until I saw this price.
You're not in?
Hell no. Providing premium portable audio experience that's dual microphones. Again, AI.
Yo, what kind of hand gestures are being made?
That's what you got to do to pay for that.
No.
AI enhanced noise rejection.
Sins of the flesh.
Let's see. So let me go down to the prices here. For your Pulse Elites, they are $149.99 US. Where the earbuds, the Pulse Explorers, are $199.99 US.
That puts you in puts you in streaming tablet territory with haptic feedback.
Yeah. They they
Or
also know
you could buy both of them together, and that way they're not interchangeably and they don't work together, and you spend $400.
what's what's crazy is I'm pretty sure both of these support different forms, and I know the earbuds support Bluetooth connection. They talk about how you can have them connected via PlayStation Link to your PS5 and to your phone for Bluetooth and be able to take a call, things like that.
So
but there's
in both of the videos I watched, they demonstrated that. Like we talked about last week, what tech show did they have where it was like it was a setup environment, right? The Konami. It was the Konami Metal Gear Solid one, where it was like poorly presented. Like they had these half-ass builds and stuff like that. And we were talking about they bring these influencers in. They're supposed to talk about stuff, influencers / media. This was a controlled environment that they did this stuff in. It was going to be ideal for the link and all that sort of thing. So that's one sidebar of it.
I will say though that basically paywalling a Bluetooth experience through your PlayStation Portal is very anti-consumer.
Brand, it's got the link technology built into it.
Mm-hmm. Which is supposedly better than Bluetooth.
I mean, Bluetooth's been around for 30 years now, I believe it.
It's been a long time.
Oh, I mean, it's just like Wi-Fi technology. It's evolved.
Yeah. You have different formats, and usually they're backwards compatible. And what are we up to now? Is that like 4.2? I feel like.
I don't even remember.
Who knows, man? I stopped paying attention. I just use it to play music.
That's the whole thing with audio, if we want to go down the audiophile rabbit hole, but these companies don't believe in the lossless audio over Bluetooth currently. That's why you get these dongles. Like PS5 stuff is dongles. Which,
I didn't put this in news, but PlayStation also just acquired Audacity, a audio company, and they're going to be all about enhancing the audio experience.
Yeah. Whoever figures out that true lossless Bluetooth audio is going to be somewhere, but that bandwidth isn't on a consumer device yet. They can't pack it into AirPods and things like that. You still need a hardwire.
Let's be honest, I'm with Richard on this one. I trust Sony. They've been making music-based products for a long time.
That is true.
That whatever DAC is going to be on that PlayStation Portal is going to be a good ass one for those 3.5mm connections. It's going to be good.
I mean, freaking iPhone can't even make.
Nope.
3.5. What the fuck's that?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. But I'll let you two get that and see how.
Oh, don't worry.
See how it
I'm
is.
gonna get it.
I'm super intrigued. Yeah, I'm in. A controller. Look at it this way: a controller, $70. If you're already in that ecosystem, PlayStation Plus or Premium or whatever, that's another controller that you can play anywhere in your house. But it's, it doesn't do a lot of things that people expect from a consumer device these days. There's nothing local there. It has to stream for your PlayStation. Yeah. Does it do? I don't know why you would, but does it do Hulu and whatever else is on your PS5? Blu-rays.
Supposedly, who knows?
Those are probably encoded videos for encryption. It's probably not going to do anything remote for that. So I doubt it.
At the moment, zero cloud compatibility at all.
Right.
But they're supposed to be doing that big cloud push. So who knows? Once they come out with what was that thing's code name? I can't think of it now. But whatever that code name, whatever, for their big cloud gaming push is going to be, they could push out an update to this thing.
Is it Code Lyoko?
Code Lyoko, maybe. I'll look it up.
Do you understand that reference, Richard, or were you lost?
I'm thinking that's the gas station energy drink beer things.
It's
Four Loko. Hey man, I got my locos mixed up.
Brand knows what I'm talking about.
Yes, I do.
Enough. Yep. Richard's too old for that.
$199. It says lossless audio with a charging case. Those are the Pulse Explorers.
Mm-hmm.
Brent, you were out on the earbuds? You were hyped about the earbuds.
Yeah, I was until that price. For that price, you can get really, really good earbuds that are great for everything.
Right.
Or you can get a PlayStation Portal.
You can get the new PSP. Brant, do you want the new PSP? $200 is not bad. All I'm thinking is, man, I could still be playing Final Fantasy 16 in my bed.
Yeah.
Or Spider-Man, or God of War, or any of all these first-party titles that I'm behind on that are just single-player experiences. I don't have to be in the basement. It's my dream. Warzone.
Could be Warzone.
Brant, Warzone from the toilet. Warzone's not for the bed. Warzone's for the toilet.
Warzone in the shower.
Or Warzone in the shower. Oh, how waterproof is the PlayStation Portal?
Never stop warzoning. All warzoning 24/7. Yeah.
All right, that's all the new PlayStation stuff. Brant's looking up something.
Hey,
Brant, did you have an update?
I couldn't find it. I can't remember if it's like codename Nimbus or something like that for the cloud streaming stuff.
I could probably borrow my PS5. And
What was it? Was it just like a whole platform of what they were trying to do? I'm trying to recall this. Did it have PlayStation Plus bundled into it and streaming and all that? I don't remember this.
Something like that. But real quick, I wanted to bring these up since you also brought up the Metal Gear Solid stuff.
Yeah.
Konami has since come out and verified the resolutions on those consoles, the other consoles. All platforms except Switch, 1080p, 60 frames a second.
Yeah.
Switch docked is 1080p at 30 frames, and handheld is 720 at 30. So, no 4K support,
Acceptable.
at least at launch. But there you go. Update.
60 frames per second on PS2. I don't get the whole Switch downgrade thing. It's bizarre.
How bizarre. Man.
How bizarre.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me. Anyways, moving along. Old games. Who would want to play those, right? This comes from Engadget. Star Wars Dark Forces and Turok 3 to be remastered by Night Dive Studios.
Yeah.
Dark Forces is a badass game. Night Dive Studios, company known for remaking and upgrading old video games for modern consoles, such as the recently released Quake 2, has announced remastered versions of Star Wars Dark Forces and Turok 3 Shadow of Oblivion.
The Dark Forces is like the Doom one, right? Is that the one
Yes. Russell and I played this on Mac years and years and years ago. Great soundtrack. Great MIDI, like digitized versions of those Star Wars soundtracks, right? And it was very Doom-esque. The first comment, as I'm reading this announcement, the first comment's like, man, I hope they fix the sewer level. That thing sucked. And I screen capped that and sent it to Russell. We never beat that sewer level. It's impossible. I can never get out of the sewer. There's like, those trash monsters are coming up out of the sewer. You get lost. It sucks. It sucks so bad. It's the water temple of Dark Forces. That game is so much fun. And Turok 3 was only 64, right? Is that how...
Yes.
Did it ever come to PC in any sort of collection? Because I know even like the Night Dive Studios that they've done Turok 1 and 2, they still have that fog of war from N64.
I don't know. Brant 4K, 120 frames per second. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, the 120 frames per second is fucking crazy.
Yeah, both games are targeting 4K, 120 frames a second.
It's using their Kex engine. Have we heard anything about that?
Yeah.
I guess it's like what their names is. Carbon Engine, Digital Eclipse.
Yeah.
No, Richard, you were right. The one, looks like 1 and 2 both came out on PC. 3 was the only one that skipped PC.
Yeah. Originally released in 2000 for N64.
Nope. 2 skipped PC also. It was just 1 was the one that came out on PC also.
But never PlayStation. Like, that's what I try to figure out from that era. Turok was never on PlayStation.
I think the Evolution one that's always in my memories with the Dark Matter Cube.
The Dark Matter Cube.
Went to,
that's the Dark Matter
consoles.
Cube.
Yeah.
If we ever have merch, we're gonna... Nobody will ever come after us.
God.
We will have us a fucking Dark Matter Cube.
I'm just throwing out Dark Matter Cubes nonstop. So.
Renee's in the show. Does Renee recall the Dark Matter Cube?
We used it on him a lot.
I used it on him a lot. Renee fell victim to the Dark Matter Cube.
Oh!
Did your guy scream like that the whole time?
I believe so. It's been a minute.
Uh,
I think last time we did was when you were there when we played the Chariots of Fire game on the Xbox.
we did bust out Turok Evolution. But that was like a whole, that was Acclaim and that was a whole nother studio. I think they got a hold of that one.
Mm-hmm.
Well received at the time. Like the Dark Forces, the company remastered Turok 3 using its Kex engine, 4K, 120 frames per second, features improved lighting and rendering, as well as upgraded gameplay and platform-specific features. According to IGN, the remaster contains some new content, including a new area and new heads-up display view. Night Dive doesn't have a release date for Turok 3 either, but those interested can now add it to their wish list on Steam. It would be amazing if my Steam copy of Dark Forces just turned into this one. That would be incredible. I don't hold my breath.
Sometimes it can't. Sometimes it doesn't.
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it will not. Not be holding my breath. Renee says he throws the dark matter cube back. You could pick it up and throw it back.
I think that fucking thing explodes. I don't think you have time to throw it back.
We need a plush. I need a plushie of the dark matter cube. So sorry.
It's a dark matter cube T-shirt.
Yes.
It says on the front dark matter cube.
Oh my god, my side hurts.
I mean, if you literally type in dark matter cube in Google, it brings up Turok. That's the first thing on the page.
Yes.
That's the only thing that's ever been in.
Oh, some people have like
The dark matter cube is a weapon that is exclusive to Turok Evolution.
and has never been revisited. Is this the next Turok?
It operates as a type of black hole grenade by sucking in everything in its path. That's what it does.
That it does. That it does.
Holy shit. Oh, I need this to be their next project. They've done all the Turoks. No, they have Rage Wars. Rage Wars is after this, I think. Or was that in between 2 and 3? I don't know the Turok lore. There's one more, though.
I was just looking at it. I think they had the one where Disney bought them. Remember, it was like a Buena Vista Games.
The PS3 360 one?
Yeah, I think that was the last one they released.
The one I'm thinking of, I think, is another N64 game. I believe there's 4 Turoks on N64. I
was just looking at it, man.
So maybe your Turok Evolution is Night Dive's next game.
Maybe.
What else out of those Doom clones could they run through this thing? It apparently is good at that sort of. They've done Power Slave / Exhumed. It had 2 titles. I still need to pick that up because I heard they did a great job with that.
I do have it on Switch. I'm actually looking at it right now.
Like, they brought in the best parts of the Saturn, the best parts of the PS1 version. I think some sort of PC code that they had.
Come on.
Doom. I mean, could we get, like, Final Doom and stuff like that? That's brought up to... I mean, I would play any of those in 4K 120, right? That's the dream for preservation. Dark Forces is good. Russell and I have vivid memories of Dark Forces. Except for that fucking sewer level. I guess it's still a vivid memory, right? It's just not a good one.
Yeah, but I mean, that game hasn't been released that often, so that's pretty cool. So.
We had it on Mac. We had a burned copy on our Super Mac. I know it got a PS1 port. Did that come to Saturn? I don't think it got a Saturn version.
Oh, it's a lot of
I know. We would be researching live nonstop. We got Quake 1 and 2. I'm just trying to think if there's any... Dark Forces was probably a dream project.
It was only on MS-DOS, Macintosh, and PlayStation. Yep. PlayStation was the last thing it released on. That was probably the newest.
And it is on Steam. And DOSBox pretty much handles that as well. Does DOSBox launch off of... There's probably a DOSBox emulator on Steam Deck. Mm-hmm. Alright, coming soon. PS4, PS5, Xbox One, X and S, Switch, PC. The Kex engine. Oh, there's another update. It's at the end of this Engadget article, but this comes from Chris Holt. Baldur's Gate 3 is coming to Xbox this year after a Series S compromise. Apparently, there will be no split-screen co-op on the Series S, and that is the compromise.
Yeah.
So it's only single-player, single-screen on S, whereas X is the full version.
Yes.
Is that... I don't know if we wanted to wait for this for next week or not. Is that the type of compromise that... I don't think it's a big deal, honestly. I
mean, it might matter to some people.
Right, but then you're in the position to buy 2 other platforms to do that sort of... If that's... Yeah. And there's so many hours in that game, right? If you're really getting that game to play split screen, I think it's worth the investment to get one of those other consoles.
See, what's Renee going to do when he wants to invite somebody in his truck to play Baldur's Gate 3, but he can't do co-op?
No, don't get him started.
I've seen what they do in Baldur's Gate.
S, man.
He hates...
Yeah. Don't start.
Yeah, split screen.
He'll never stop.
They
about
probably
it. He'll never
they
stop.
probably have the data trying to figure out who would actually play that split screen as well. I know Diablo 3 supported it. I'm sure 4 supports it. If we all had, I know Cesar's got Diablo 4. If we bought it to play together, would we be playing couch co-op or would we be playing online with each other? I'm assuming they have the data to where this. I know they didn't want to compromise and they didn't want to start opening up this parity thing, but I mean, it was eventually going to, just like their other consoles, right? You can do this on X. You can't do this on One X. You can do this on S, Series S. You can't do this on One S. There was eventually going to have. You were eventually going to have this, and you already have like Halo Infinite runs differently. So.
Yeah. I'm assuming based off this, they said on there Spencer granted Lyrian an exception, so I'm assuming this is going to be a case by case basis.
Which is smart.
So.
Renee says "fuck the S" in the chat.
I guess it depends on the feature.
There he is.
So I guess it depends on the feature.
Yeah.
So if it doesn't totally break the game, then I guess they're like, all right, they'd rather have it on there instead of sitting there trying to get the studio to struggle and waste time to get a
Now, if
feature
you
that
took
may
out
never
Family
work in the end,
Feud
so.
couch co-op on the S, then you have an army of internet warriors after
You're
you at
not
that
feuding
point.
with your family.
But if you input keyboard and mouse support, then you have the
Go on.
greatest Family Feud game
You could type the
ever
answers faster.
made. Yep. Got
You
2
beat the
seconds
kids
and
because the
then you
kids
fail if you
can't
don't get
type it in fast enough.
So, yeah,
Get
that's
good.
what you get, learn how to spell.
So, developer Larian Studios has taken a "it'll be out when it's ready" approach to releasing the game on various platforms. It's coming to PS5 and Mac OS on September 6th. Does that new Mac, do they still call it Mac Metal, that custom GPU silicon they have?
Who knows, man? When's the
I haven't
last time
kept
we
up
ever
with-
gamed on Mac?
Yeah.
I think Brant's the
Brant, what's your
closest.
MacBook Pro run? Baldur's Gate 3?
I don't even remember.
Baldur's Gate 1? Dark
Run
Forces.
Skype pretty well,
We're on
apparently.
Skype.
Every game
No,
we
I-
talked about tonight, Brant can comfortably play.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, so it's the Xbox. I'm sure they at least got somewhere with it. That's where the whole can't run on Series S thing came from. So they'll go back into that, and it'll be sometime next year is what they're saying. I've been tempted to get it. They say it runs on Steam Deck, but I don't think it runs all that great on Steam Deck. And I got plenty of games to play. I don't need the 200-hour RPG, 300-hour RPG.
Yeah, how dare you get?
I know. Cost per hour of Baldur's Gating
Yeah. Be playing Baldur's Gate
with
for an hour.
PlayStation Portal.
What's it? Steam Deck? Why would you go open the portal to a Steam
No,
Deck?
I get the PS5 version.
Okay. Yeah, that makes better sense. I thought it was funnier if you just remote play into the Steam Deck with your hacked PlayStation 4.
It's already hacked. It comes to me hacked. Listen, we hooked this one up. You can take it in the shower.
Well, you have to realize your first one, it's never getting to you.
Yeah, that's true. I have to order 2 of everything. The first one's still riding around. Somebody's like, "Fucking
first
finally, I
one's-
can play."
It's still gonna be on the truck.
They're like, "Finally, I can play my PS5.
PS5.
I can play Richard's PS5 from the front of the truck now. I don't have to get in the back of the fucking truck."
When they come out with that redesigned PS5, they dropping your shit back off. Like, you can have this 4-year-old ass.
Oh
console
God.
full of dust.
Upgraded. We put the 1 gig card in there though. We're good. We upgraded your storage for you. It will be free. I already got my money back for that. So, for newer listeners, I have a PlayStation 5 still riding around on a FedEx truck. I check every 6 months or so, and it says out for delivery, and that's November. Was that November 2020? Out for delivery. So much so that when I see something coming from a very specific FedEx location near us, I dread it even arriving. He took something else from me
It's a wooded
too.
area.
It is a wooded area.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I believe Ellen lives there.
One might say it's Ellen's Woods. Oh man, they got something else from me. What else did they take? FedEx, man.
Oh, I'm trying to remember.
Oh, they left those quests out in the rain
I don't know.
one time. I got those refurb quests, and they set them out in front of the garage in the pouring rain. And I happened to be at home and saw the thing go off, and I'm like, "What was that? Who was there?" And I walked around, and these boxes are just getting drenched. $500 worth of VR headsets. Like, sure, that's fine. Oh boy. Is that it on bitching about FedEx at the moment?
Yes.
Yeah, after your rampant Baldur's Gate 3
And
update.
the PlayStation Portal. I'm gonna be streaming in the. Cesar, if we pre-order PlayStation Portals, do we get a Dark Matter Cube T-shirt for pre-ordering?
I'm not sure how that promotion works. But,
Brant, would
that
you?
Works,
Would you
Nope.
pre-order? What? For a custom Dark Matter Cube T-shirt with the Acclaim logo with
$200 dark matter cube
with the
cube
Acclaim
t-shirt,
logo on one side and like, was that Iguana? Was it still? No, they had merged into. It wasn't Iguana Software then. I think it was just straight up Acclaim. Bring back Turok. We're responsible for some of this shit.
Brant's gonna throw the PlayStation Portal in the corner. It's like, I'll never play this, but I can't thank God about
Get
this
the Dark
t-shirt
Matter
for
Cube T-shirt
$200.
out of this.
$200 t-shirt was worth it. They sent me this garbage with it.
I don't have to be on my Wi-Fi to wear the T-shirt.
And I can wear
This
it
Dark
outside.
Matter Cube goes everywhere. All right, last but not least, coming to PlayStation, coming to Nintendo Switch Online Plus, Cesar's Umbrella Corporation, Friends of Cesar Service, Excitebike 64. Originally released in North America and Japan in 2000, before coming to Europe the following year. Holy shit, they got N64 game in 2001? Well, GameCube came out November of 01, so I guess that's fine. It's the second entry in the series, serving as a sequel to Excitebike on the NES and the first 3D one. Excitebike 64 will join the Switch Online expansion pack beginning on August 30th. That news, of course, came from Tom Ivan at VideoGamesChronicle.com. Cesar's very obviously excited to play Excitebike 64. The announcement was in a very cool, like, 90s motocross extreme sports, if you lived in that era. It's a very, like, in-your-face, play-it-loud style advertisement. That's not the way the first commercial went, right? Because they had the whole Nintendo Switch Online expansion pack stuff in the commercial. Are we able to play this online together?
Should be.
Like the other ones, like the weird split-screen online thing?
I would think so.
Select from 6 different riders, each with their own unique style, and race across 20 stadium tracks and outdoor courses. You can also create your very own courses or race with up to 4 players.
Yeah.
Man, they're still advertising that you get that Splatoon 2 Octo expansion with that Nintendo Switch Online Plus.
I mean, they just released an expansion where you can go into the Splatoon 2 area and Splatoon 3 somehow.
Oh, really? They like can't let it go?
Yeah. I mean, you can go to the fucking Splatoon 2 city now.
Just make it like
Splatoon
3, as a service.
I mean, they put the first city in
Tyler's
there,
Girl's killing us with the age. This individual was 7 in 2001. Awesome.
I would ask you never to bring that up again.
We all just died. We're all just going straight in the crypt.
Brant is probably like 5 of that.
Young baby Brant. Brant said my first Excitebike was Excitebike 64.
Yeah,
it's a little bit
wasn't born
older
until
than that.
Kurt Cobain came out with his first song. Yeah.
We should have a new Excitebike. It's up there with like Wave Race and Pilot Wings. I guess Wave Race. Did it have like Kawasaki motorcycles and stuff? No, I'm trying to think licensing. My brain's all over the place on this one.
No, it's an American Dad reference. Don't worry about me.
We should have like
Bush would know
he
what
might.
I'm
I'm sure he's still in the chat. They're like Nintendo staples. Like we should have more Excitebikes. We should have more Pilot Wings. They're like, especially this far into the generation, like get those going. I would take another Pilot Wings, is what I'm saying, and Wave Race.
I mean, get off your soapbox. Get over to Nintendo.
Yep.
Buy some shares.
Sell my Infograms.
I want another Pilot Wings. I bought 3,000 shares for me to bitch at you about this. Pilot Wings. Have this manic squirter.
Pilot Wings was the first thing I thought about when they talked about the DLC for, I think it's the new Pokemon game. They have like this new glider option for your legendary that you ride on, and it showed them like riding through rings in the sky, like gliding. I'm like, this fucking Pilot Wings.
land on
Pokemon.
this target.
What was
See
like
how
the-
close you can get to this target.
Yeah.
You're like, what the fuck?
What was it? What was it, Richard? Wii Sports Resort was probably the last
Yeah.
Pilot Wing-esque thing we got.
And then was that before or after that 3DS launch title?
I think it was.
Oh
After-
snap! Miss
after.
Buish has entered the chat.
Here she is.
Miss Buish, give
Oh,
us your
snap.
Pilot Wings favorite Pilot Wings game. Top three Pilot Wings games.
Yeah.
It was in
Should
Wii
be
Sports
hard.
Resort. I even think they made that island the like extended lore of the Pilot Wings verse.
It's a bitch version.
Was it? I mean, it was 3D rendered. That was one of the first. The first Pilot Wings was Mode 7. It's always a tech showcase. So I guess they never had. They didn't have anything with the Wii. They didn't have anything with the GameCube. They didn't have a way to show off. You know, they don't just. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they don't have a reason to.
I'm certain if we all build the fucking cardboard things from the Switch games,
We summoned Pilot Wings.
It was just hidden in there this whole time. It was like deep in there. Nobody fucking built those cardboard things until then. We're like,
Oh,
there's
Ms.
Pilot
Bush's
Wings
favorite
games.
Pilot Wings is the third one from 3DS. That would probably be the consensus here too. I think. Yeah.
It's the one
It
actually.
was good.
Destroyed
It's a
and
great
made-
one. That 3D effect was fantastic.
Yes.
All right, is that it for news? Boring people with these
All the news.
throwbacks. All the nudes.
Pilot Wings.
I don't have anything outside of Warzone, and that was very limited. Cesar and I got a dub a couple days ago. Then we
It
spent
was last Friday. Yeah.
6 unsuccessful hours trying to. Yeah.
Afterwards, yeah, till like 2 in the morning. One
Yeah,
more,
we
one
did that shit.
more, like a
We
dumbass.
did that shit again.
Like,
But
one more.
we got our win on Ashika Island. It closed in, like, there's a coastline with the mountains, and like the mountains are on both sides, and the road cuts down in between as like a gas station or something down there. We came up out of the canal. It was a canal run, and it ended up closing in on where that furthest coastal mountain range is. And so, like, if you creep around to the stairs, then you go down to the sandy part, like the beach and all that. Those long stairs that come up out of the beach. So we eventually noticed, like, we got around on that side of the mountain, and then Cesar and I saw it was only one person. We both had mortar strikes. We put mortar strikes on top of the mountain, and I'm, like, covering behind us. We had thrown down, there's a clip on Twitter. Check out, we probably need to retweet it from the NOFODcast one, maybe. But we threw out some proximity mines and stuff behind us, and somebody hit those. And then there was only one left, and we called in mortar strikes, and Cesar had gone down to the beach and had tucked himself into the rocks, like where the circle was going to close in. And it's a great clip because you see the Vanguard motion or the vision thing go off, and the guy's like above him. So Cesar looks up and he jumps down, and I don't think he saw you at first. He's just started.
Nah,
Yeah.
he was trying to get away from the bombing. I think that broke all his shields. Is what
the
he was
two
yelling
mortar
about.
strikes.
Yeah.
He was trying to get away from there, and we won, and I'm second guessing it. I'm like, well, he should have called it up there, and then I should have called it down closer to the sandy spot, but it ran him straight down, and Cesar's just meleeing him. Yeah, I think he yelled something at you, didn't he? Did it make the clip?
I don't know if it was safe for work.
We can't put on the.
He's in there. Fucking something. It was like fucking something. I was like,
Oh, got their asses. That's it. I'm gonna be playing.
I mean, and we almost won the one in Bondo. Remember, right? The guy killed me with one bullet. We were almost dead. He got me with the last shot, and I just.
I called
dropped
you.
down like that.
I
Kept bringing me back to life forever.
yeah.
And then I remember I kept floating in there. And I snuck my way to the very back and got a favorite.
You did.
Favorites box. It was just me and one other guy.
And he had cover. I think that was the only difference is he had cover behind some sort of cash register or something. I was like, damn it. But I didn't feel bad that we lost that one because that was a good 1v1.
It was literally one
He
shot.
probably
Whoever got that
had
one shot,
no
was
health
gonna
left and
win.
was like,
Yeah.
holy shit, I can't believe I won that one. But Cesar was like, it was like 3 people left. Cesar comes floating in right to a favorites box. In the gas, too, wasn't it? Right? It was like in the gas, and the stuff came out of the box, out of the gas, and you were able to pick it up and keep hiding.
I was just waiting for them to kill each other. The last two guys. I was sitting there in the corner.
And I was trying not to say
watching.
anything. I was out. I was trying not to say anything and mess you up. Sea of Stars comes out tonight or tomorrow. We've talked about it.
I keep hearing
Sea of
Sea of
Thieves.
Thieves, man.
We've talked about it several times. Cesar and I kickstarted it years ago. This is the Messenger people. I can't remember their exact. It's not High Dive. We just talked about Night Dive.
The
Sabotage.
Studios.
That sounds right.
Yeah.
But it's like a Chrono Trigger / Secret of Mana / Golden Sun-esque game. And the review embargo dropped today. And it's like 93, 95 on Metacritic and OpenCritic and stuff, which is freaking awesome. It's going to be on Game Pass. It's going to be on the PlayStation Plus, the middle tier, right? Not the premium, but the premium extra.
Yeah. Yep.
The
Extra.
The brand tier. I'm probably gonna drop to the brand tier when my top one runs out. They haven't put anything in there I can't go play any other time. So it's like, but I had the easy rollover back at that point. I know I selected a Steam code, so I'll get that running on Steam Deck. And then they also announced, I think I sent this to you guys, not quite newsworthy, but something I wanted to point out. They're gonna wait on the physical copy to send out to backers until they have like their master on the disc. They don't want to send out anything you have to patch. So there will be a big patch, a couple weeks after this game launches. They'll fix some things, and then they want to make sure they have everything on that cartridge or that disc, whatever you get for the physical backers, which I wish everyone followed that model. I will kickstart anything if I know I'm getting a digital copy day one. I'll play the hell out of that, and then I'll have my physical copy complete, and I'm all set. That's my ideal business model, I think, but I'm looking forward to hearing that, and I've been trying to hype some people up, talking about it, and the demo's on Steam still, the demo's on Switch, so you can give that, it's an hour, and it gives you a great taste of the music and the gameplay and turn-based elements and the writing. The writing's very clever, some interestingly named characters and some fun bits in there. There's places where you're blocked off, and the guards are like, this is just the demo, you gotta buy the full game to get past me. I thought stuff like that is cool. I like the fourth wall. There's another fourth wall bit in there. It's pretty cool, but hopefully I'll be talking about that next week soon. But that's it for me.
I think I looked mine up. I think I got the Steam version, the Switch version digital, and the physical PS5.
Yeah,
I think that's what
I did Steam digital and physical PS5.
So I was like, yeah, I won. We'll get that one on the PlayStation side anyway, so I was like, fuck.
Yeah, and it's going to be day one Game Pass, day one PlayStation, whatever tier you have there, and kind of wish Steam...
Brand tier.
Wish Steam had something like that, but...
Like the brand tier?
Yeah, sure, like the brand tier. Give us a Steam brand tier.
Tier with an IE brand, not an EA.
Brand tiers?
EA Sports one. Yeah. Mine's be quick. I think the only thing I've really hit is a couple of hours in Armored Core 6.
Oh.
I think the last time I played an Armored Core game was like PlayStation 1 days.
Before
I remember
before the birth of Tyler's girl, most likely, in the chat.
I mean, she says on there she may have been 6, so.
All right, so what's an Armored Core game?
But Armored Core game is like it is fucking like Dark Souls. It's like it's always been. You get a build and you try to survive, and it's like I think I sat on the first mini boss for like 45 minutes, dying constantly until I figured out, until I got those cobwebs off. And I mean, it's a lot of dodging and using certain weapons and melee attacks and missiles and gunfire at certain points. And I mean, it's a fucking Dark Souls game. It's a Front Software game.
And it plays similar to those like PS1, PS2 titles.
It's the same thing. It's the same difficulty. It's all about builds. If you want to beat that game, you can't go in there and just fuck around like any game and just fight your way through. You have to
lots of strengths and weaknesses.
Each one has penalties because as you get something that's stronger, it adds weight, and as you add weight, it hurts your mobility, and as it hurts your mobility, you make the game even more difficult. So it's a From Software game. That's all it is. So, but I mean, he plays a mercenary that lands in Rubicon. It goes by the name of Roku Niichi 621. And you're like the very first like prologue areas, like you land and you have to get a license from a mercenary because you're like illegally entered into this planet.
That's a good way to introduce the tutorial section of sorts. Yeah.
Yeah, and it gives you the basics, and it's similar to like if you ever played the ones on PS3. It's very similar to those, and I think it may follow. It's been a while since I played the Victory ones. I think it might follow the story. I think that's where they were going to Rubicon.
When I read about Armored Core, it's like they vary wildly. Like the games are so different. They have a core philosophy, but it seems like you have your major fans of certain ones. Like the PSP ones are great, or skip everything but the first PS2 one. It's so wild how it varies.
I think the PSP ones are like best of the PlayStation 1 versions, if I remember correctly. I think those were like refined versions of it. There's so many different versions of that fucking game, man. I mean, but most of those PS1 games were mostly just gameplay based. But yeah, I mean, like I said, I've really just started the first level because I've been fucking around trying to get my build on there. So it's like every fucking thing I unlocked adds like 2,000 pounds. So it's like at this point, I'm like I can barely move because I'm like overweight. So
Overweight mech.
Stuff you gotta, yeah, overweight mech, man. It's like I barely.
We have
get
all
off the
this
ground.
unlimited technology. I couldn't get something to help me carry around.
He doesn't have strong enough skeleton bones, man. I don't know. I'll tell you. But yeah. Outside of that, I'm slowly trying to convince who you
Pokemon abandoned
to buy a Pokemon game. Because I'm putting more hours in Violet. I finally got to the main game where they gave me like the 3 random quests where like you got to do the champion one, which is the Victory Road, which is the standard. And I guess there's one where like you fight these Titan Pokemon so you can collect ingredients to make sandwiches. And I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to do that. It sounds stupid. And then I think the other one is where I got to help the professor do research for like these.
What kind of sandwiches?
That's exactly what it. I don't know, man. The one I bought was a PBJ one, but my effects of the fairies get 15% more experiences running out in like 10 minutes when I look. So
based off the sandwich, the sandwich is a boost.
Yeah,
like
sandwiches
a buff?
give you different stats. So yeah. So I think you just have to. There's so many different flavor sandwiches. I guess I don't know, man. I don't like making sandwiches in real life. I don't want to fucking do it.
My cousin loves them. He calls. So he told Russell and I while we were playing Warzone that he was going to go make a lunch meat sandwich. I was like, what?
That's just regular.
That's what I thought
right?
too. Like it's either a PB&J or like it's a sandwich, like lunch meat sandwich. I was like, what the hell were you talking about?
I mean, is he one of those people like a hot dog's a sandwich?
No, we're not dipping into this madness.
That fucking bullshit I keep hearing. Like, it's 2 pieces of bread and you close it down. There's a meat in there.
Oh, he sent us a picture. I guess it had like salami and turkey, and I guess it had just a whole bunch of shit on it. But I'm like, dude, that's just a sandwich. Like I never called it a lunch meat sandwich. I was wondering if y'all had heard.
No.
Make sure you at the podcast and the emails about lunch meat sandwiches and what constitutes a lunch meat sandwich. Tried to make our Warzone clan that, but it's too many characters.
Brand, who had nothing to do with this conversation, will be doing the correction live on air. So
as he defines a lunch meat sandwich.
And then we'll talk about raviolis.
It's like a 5th grade project. He's gonna get in front of the class. Like, this is what I think a lunch meat.
Is a ravioli a sandwich? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm just saying that also raviolis get the same kind of thing. Like a Hot Pocket's a ravioli, a Pop-Tart's a ravioli. People are weird. They start these weird debates.
Sure.
Renee just put a bunch of food emojis in the chat. Thanks, Renee.
Appreciate it, Renee. We're always glad you support our
Renee,
initiatives.
Hot dog sandwich.
Renee, the boneless wings are back at Applebee's. When are we going?
You mean the chicken nuggets?
They are chicken nuggets. Oh, is that another hill we're gonna die on?
Chicken nuggets.
Did you? Somebody had put that shit on Twitter where they had a TikTok video where somebody like they did the unlimited chicken wings at Applebee's and they started with like 12 and then they keep decreasing each time. Then they went to 10 and then the next plate they got was 8. The next plate they got.
They
was
give
6.
you diminishing orders.
So yeah.
And they start to space them out further and further. They want you to fill up so you don't.
And they have less sauce on them. Yeah, they were like.
Yeah. They make them shittier and shittier after the first plate. Wings of diminishing returns.
Oh god! All right, so yeah, outside of that, that's it. That's
Armored Core.
That's
I had not heard anything about it. It's almost like there was all this media buildup and then almost nothing for some reason. Maybe it just didn't fall in any of my circles or anybody I follow, except you, Cesar.
We'll see what NPD comes out. But I mean, I've played Armored Core since I was
before Tyler's girl was born.
I was in 9th grade when PlayStation came out.
Yeah.
Sure.
Oh, Renee's going on Labor Day to Applebee's.
I think that's when he's supposed to be coming back in
All
town,
right.
I think, yeah.
Live stream from Applebee's as we order diminishing returns of boneless buffalo chicken nuggets.
Meet you at the 138.
Sure.
Applebee's.
Is that the one y'all drove around? Y'all drove around the parking lot?
No, that was horrible. We just went in there. It's like 85 people waiting to be seated, and it's like there's like the lady's like, and then she's just in there cleaning stuff. I'm like, man, Then Renee had something in his head like, no, there's one in Mount Zion. We drove to Mount Zion. There's not one there.
Where?
Yeah.
Did he also want to go to the Target in Mount Zion?
There's one in McDonough.
Is that where y'all went next? Where'd y'all end up going? All right, that's
Brabus.
not bad. It's a good fallback.
Good choice.
It's a good
Yeah,
fallback.
yeah. I want an endless wings. Damn it!
Don't we
Better
all?
not endless.
They're still endless. They're just diminishing.
It's just gonna be one wing at a time after that. Another play, one
Sir,
wing.
we've cut
another
you
play,
off.
one wing.
Sir, you've had 75 endless wings.
Sir, you have to leave and you can't come back.
We're gonna
again.
print out a picture of you and put it on the wall. Do not feed this man the endless boneless wings. Brant, bring us home.
Oh, my
Grant.
turn. Again, 1 week, one more Batman game down.
Damn,
Uh,
killing these things.
Well, I'm just doing the main stories too, because I mean there's so much that you can do on the back end.
Did they get
Like I was talking
did
about
they get
last.
collecty or something, or the Riddler trophies, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's always Riddler stuff to do. There's side missions where you go save civilians, do this, do that, investigate this, investigate that kind of stuff. I'll still stand by. Batman Arkham Origins got a bad rap. It's actually not a bad game. I love the way a lot of the story beats play out, and some of the storytelling is uniquely told. It works really well. But yeah, I beat
On
that.
Steam Deck? You still
I
did that one on Steam
didn't
Deck?
jump straight.
And it played.
Yeah,
it played
Steam Deck.
okay-ish.
It played pretty good. Like I said, I had that weird killer croc glitching during that fight. Other than that, I didn't have any strange glitches. I had funny stuff happen after that. Like I'd be stalking the enemies down and get one down to the ground, knock him out, and then he'd like get eaten by the terrain. Like he'd just kind of like go over into a corner and then get eaten by a building.
Is that a
I'm
bug
like, what
or
the
a
hell
feature?
is going on? And
I mean,
Sure,
like,
yes.
kids these days, they play GoldenEye, like the body disappears because they couldn't keep rendering the dead enemies. So
Yeah.
that's a thing of a certain era. Was that game buggy when it came out? Was it known for being not a technical showcase?
the PC port of the game
gotcha.
was pretty rough. Was very, very rough from what I heard. I didn't jump into Arkham Knight
You're not a true fan.
quite yet.
No, Brant, you son of a bitch.
Instead, I came in here
You're being Batman
and
shamed
looked,
by Cesar.
at all these damn games I
And
have.
then bought some more, bought some new ones.
I actually do have to bring this up. Richard brought this to my attention
I can't be held. I can't be held responsible.
yesterday. Sunday, the August 27th, Arlene Sorkin passed, who was the inspiration, original voice for Harley Quinn, as playing these Arkham games. Me and Richard have talked about all the differences
Right.
and
Because
going
you
through
definitely
it.
can recognize who they
'cause
are.
you said
and
you've-
when who did what. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
Batman's
yeah.
your jam.
And I like I said, a lot of these, especially Arkham Asylum, a lot of stuff was taken from the animated series, which of course I grew up watching as a kid. I loved that. And Arlene Sorkin, obviously, with the character being basically modeled after her and her voicing the character for several years. And then even returning to do it, because she stepped away for a while due to, I guess, various health issues.
I didn't realize she was the inspiration for the character, and it was so modeled that way. That's really cool.
Yeah. But we had talked about, and I was telling you, she's the greatest. She in my book. So yeah, that was
Go on, Brant.
that was sad to hear her
but
passing.
But good to note on here.
But moving on to something else. I looked at all these games that I've gotten in over the past couple months and just haven't played.
We're to that portion of the show.
Something I believe, Cesar, you said you picked up and played. I guess you put it down for a while and haven't gotten back to it, is
Gal
Gal Guardians
Yeah.
Demon Purge.
Was that a shooter y'all were talking about, like a vertical shooter?
It is a 2D side-scrolling, old, like retro Castlevania game.
Oh, okay.
The gimmick with this is, though, there is like a casual and a veteran mode and things like that where I have been playing on veteran. Sometimes I think about switching to casual because there were
Switch it
parts
up.
that were just, but it's not that bad because you play as two sisters who are demon hunters. Cesar talked about this, I guess, a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago.
It was in April,
Yeah.
I think. April when it came out.
And one has a gun. The gun is not as powerful as the other sister's weapon. She uses basically like melee-based attacks, but they're like origami stuff. As you progress through and beat the bosses, you get different sub-weapons and things like that.
Like Mega Man style?
Yeah, basically. There's a lot of nods to the Castlevania series in there. Action, platforming, everything actually feels really good.
Who made this?
It's Inti Creates.
Oh,
and
you like their stuff?
Yeah, it's a spin-off of the Gal Gun series. I guess it just uses characters from that series.
Okay.
But yeah, it's actually pretty good. I went through the castle the first time because it's one of those where you go through the castle. There's several. I mean, in old school Castlevania style, I mean, every time you beat a level, it shows the castle and then shows like the next map of what portion you're going to. So, but you get to the top and basically get kicked all the way back down to the bottom, and then you go back through the first level again, and then you're basically kind of at this hub, and now you have to go back to each level, collect special items to help you progress, and find the big bad.
They did Bloodstained, right?
They've done Bloodstained. Inti Creates has done a lot. Has done a lot of stuff.
Mighty Number 9. Was that them?
Do not know about Mighty Number 9.
On a side note, Castlevania, you reminded me. I've bitched a couple times on the show about the Castlevania Anniversary Collection not working on Steam Deck.
You get it going
multiple times. So there's a feature where you can go in.
I mean, nonstop.
Yeah, I bitch about it all the time. You can go into like manage. It's either under manage or properties, and you can like re-authenticate your download files. And I read that about somebody doing that on another title, and I ran it on that, and it plays perfectly now. So if you have something on Steam Deck that doesn't work properly, it's either manage or properties, and you can, it's like re-authenticate download package or installed package or something like that, and you see it like go through, you get a progress bar, all that sort of stuff, and it worked after that. So that might be a fix for somebody else down the road.
Yeah, it's showing Galgun, Bloodstained, the newer Blaster Master, the Blaster Master Zero games.
Ooh. Oh yeah, those are good.
Yeah, Inti Creates has done a good bit of stuff, and they're kind of oh gosh, they're kind of up there with the. Trying to remember who does the Shantae stuff. Way Forward. There we go. Where the animations and things like that are always really clean.
Right.
The sprites look really good. The music's really good.
They nail that 8/16-bit.
Oh yeah.
But it looks way better than would have ever been possible on the hardware at that time. It's just kind of meant to evoke that quality.
So yeah, that's I've just been playing that over the past couple of days. So
what else did you order on PS3? unless you don't want to give a rundown.
Well, I've got some more stuff coming, but Richard sent us this link about buying this game called Eye of Judgment, which is a card-based video game that it comes with physical cards. It came with the PlayStation Eye for the PS3.
Mhm. A mat.
And
There it is.
Yeah, I
Look at
actually
it.
bought
It's
it.
beautiful.
And what it is for our non-podcast, non-Twitch,
Non-video listeners.
yeah, it's basically an AR style. So it comes with a stand with the camera and a play mat, and you place the cards on the mat. It actually reads what cards they are, puts the little characters up on your screen, and you play this little card game. I have no idea exactly how it works. It's made by Wizards of the Coast,
Official card makers.
Same people that did the original Pokemon game, the Magic the Gathering.
I was about to say whole tons of shit.
Along with
my
that,
old electronics boutique manager came from Wizards of the Coast. That was his.
okay.
That was his previous district manager, I guess. That was his previous employer.
along with that, I also ordered this game, which both of you have told me I needed to buy and play, which I may start this.
It's a good fucking game.
Actually,
Stream that. Stream
Puppeteer
it.
On PS3. I'm into this thing right now where it's PS3 360 era. Ever since I revisited the Arkham series and it's just all that stuff started flooding back to me. I've got the Prototype games coming. I was talking to Richard about that earlier. Prototype was one of those. It kind of got overshadowed by Infamous.
Now's the time to get that era too. If you're collecting, this is
yeah.
It's low right now. I mean, like Puppeteer and some of these aren't going to be easy to come by or cheap to come by, but it's only going to get worse, I think, especially as they're stuck on the platform.
I mean, there's still some of them are 30, 40, 50 bucks. There's some stuff, like I was telling you, I was looking at Lollipop Chainsaw, and that game, there's a lot of Japanese copies available, but the English stuff starts around 80, 90 to 100 bucks. Like that game has gone way up.
Can you get it or Puppeteer digitally on the PS3 store? That's going to be the next death knell, is the PS3 store.
I do not know.
Remember, they tried to kill it like a year ago, and everybody went crazy.
Yeah. Well, now that Nintendo's killed theirs and Microsoft's killing theirs, it's coming.
Yeah. Ain't far off.
Yeah. That's it for me.
That's it for you. Guys, got anything else you want to add? We'll get out of here.
I'm good.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us this week, and we will catch you next week. Bye.
See you.
Adios.